Hey everyone, rest in peace Ozzy. Today I'm at the Limantour beach in Northern California on the coast here, and I thought it would be a good idea to come to some nature today after the death of Ozzy Osbourne hit me hard yesterday, and I'm still recovering, but nature's always good for the soul. So I thought I'd bring you guys along to this really great beach that not a lot of people know about or even go to, called Limantour Beach. So with that, let's go check it out. I actually have some childhood memories out here at this beach. My mother would come out here with me when I was a little kid, and this particular beach has some sand dunes, and I used to slide down them. Actually, I can probably show you some of that right here. These little berms here. I just remember enjoying coming out here. And we're right here looking at this sign. And there's the Point Reyes Hook. So we're kind of in the middle of the Point Reyes Hook. Point Reyes Lighthouse. And Chimney Rock out here. Drake's Beach here. I do have videos of all those on my channel if you're curious about those. Certainly peaceful and quiet out here. Not a lot of people here. Over there where I'm pointing is Drake's Beach, which is named after Sir Francis Drake. There's a sign here about keeping away from the animals. Don't get too close. Last time I was here, about 4 years ago, saw a big elephant seal. And here we are. As you can see, pretty mellow beach. Couple pelicans cruising there. Couple dozen people. And that is about it. These are the dunes I was talking about when I was a little kid. Imagine being, 6 or 7, climbing on those. A lot of fun for a little kid. Now the dilemma is which way to walk. If I walk this way, there's people down there, which is fine. I don't have any issue with people. But if I walk behind me, there's literally no one. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go this way with those people. I made a decision. You guys ever see a sand crab? They live right under the sand, and they cruise through the sand. And the birds will see their air bubbles coming through the sand when the water goes back out. There'll be little air bubbles. Birds will quickly scoop them up because they are delicious for the birds. Someone made a little fire pit out here. And the water's looking pretty good. Nice and clean. Some, speaking of crabs, there's some regular crabs here. Regular crab shells. And then there's some of those blue things. God, I looked them up last time. They're really cool. Believe it or not, this is a living organism. And they float on the surface of the water, and the wind catches them. And that's how they get around, this little fin. Mother Nature's amazing, huh? Now there's a pretty substantial one over here. This one looks, it's not all dried out yet. So they will eventually become very dried out. I'm holding on to its fin right now. But that is a living organism, can you believe it? And the name is evading me once again. That it starts with a V, like Valsalia or something like that. Something like that. Anyway, sometimes there'll be thousands of these washing upon the shore. They are a trip, though. Another creature that is extremely bizarre. It has no self-propulsion, but it lives on the surface of the sea and gets blown around by its sail. Some of the colors on these are quite brilliant. The blue, look at the color of that blue. I'm not sure why those things wash up, because they were not a thing on the California coast for a long time. There's one here. They just were never like, oh, did you see one of those sailing fish things? Jelly sailing fish things? The answer is no. But as I'm walking along, there's quite a few of them here. Another one. For people watching this video that want a nice peaceful beach and super easy to get to. So if you have physical problems or anything, this beach is no problem. You drive all the way down and you walk maybe 1/8 of a mile down a nice path to the beach. And this, as you can see, there's hardly anybody here. It's like having your own private beach. You know, you bring everything you need for the day, and you're good. I'm going to look at something dead over here. Looks like a pelican. Had a rough time here at one point. I do believe that's a pelican. What's left of it, I should say. And I'm not seeing any sea elephants or seals or anything like that, to be honest. But look at these clouds. Got a fishing boat out here. Right here is the tip of Point Reyes, and the lighthouse is over on the other side. But if you look at a map, you look down on a map, it looks like a big claw. That's the tip of the claw. Those are short-lived waves. They're not bad in size, but realistically, they're not really surfable because you ride it now and you're done. I was just watching this video of Newport Beach, and there's this place on Newport Beach that has like huge waves. They're that close, like these waves, but they're huge, like 25, 30 feet waves that close to the shore, and all these people are riding them. So it's pretty cool. Look at the little log I found in the middle of this vast beach. Little log to sit on and have my lunch at. Pelicans just cruising by. Speaking of birds, you know, I'm scratching my head. Where are the seagulls? Usually there's a bunch of seagulls staring at you while you're eating your lunch and wanting a bite. I guess I figure there's not enough humans out here, and their odds are better at a more populated beach. But it's strange to be at a beach and there's no seagulls. Very odd. It's kind of weird to think that where I'm pointing, that's the last piece of land you'll see for over 3,000 miles, which is kind of hard to believe. That means if you got in your car and you drove in a straight line over this ocean, you'd be driving for 5 days, most even longer. And we think we know everything about the ocean. I don't think so. If there's anybody on the Atlantic side watching this video, or in another part of the world, tell me about your oceans, because all I know is this one, the Pacific, and it's really cold. I do know about Hawaii because I lived there for a while, and that's nice. It's like perfect. But as far as swimming ocean temperature, nah, this is not. This is like 52 degrees. You can handle it if you lay in the sun and get really warm and then run into it for a minute, but if you're in it much longer than 5 minutes, your body core temperature will drop pretty fast. You need a wetsuit if you're surfing. But there's other parts of the world, obviously, that is not the case. There's a big thing of seaweed there. I thought for a minute it was an animal or something. So let's just keep walking and see what else we might be able to discover today at the Limantour Beach. You know, also, somewhere around here, I think maybe in that valley, there is a campsite, and you have to pack in. And when I was in the Boy Scouts, I stayed there once, and we had to backpack in there. It was kind of fun, but you know, it's not a lot of fun backpacking all your gear in when you're a little kid. You gotta just show up in a car and unload. But I did stay in this camp here when I was a little kid, just once, I believe. Big old piece of seaweed. You know, this is, I believe, the fastest growing plant on the planet. As I recall, it can grow up over a foot a day. So this one here, there's a jelly next to it. So they're friends. There's enough of a breeze to keep these kites going. It's kind of surprising because it's pretty calm down here, but a little higher up it's enough. So thank you for joining me today in this short but relaxing visit to Limantour Beach out here at the Point Reyes National Seashore. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys like what I'm doing, I go all over the Bay Area and sometimes out of the Bay Area and film things that I'm interested in and hopefully you're interested in. If you do like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends about my channel. And I will see you on my next video. Peace.